What is up, Moneyball fans? Tonight I have a very, very exciting, a little bit different show. I got a couple of the Buffalo Bandits on with us here. And I'm really, really happy and proud that we get to sit and chop it up with these lovely ladies for a little while, 15 to 20 minutes, of course, new format. But I think it's going to be really cool to kind of get their story. And I was fortunate enough to have the co-captain with me, Cori, and then I also have brand new to the team, I have Miranda, right? So it's kind of like, the yin and the yang here. One can provide all of the wisdom and the other one, can provide like the questions, maybe. We'll find out. So who wants to start? Let's start with Cori. You know what? You got to respect your elders, Miranda.
I know.
Let's start with Cori. How you doing tonight?
I am doing lovely. Thank you so much for having us on today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be fun. So tell us your inception with the team, I guess the genesis of the Bandettes and how you got involved and what your role is now.
Yeah, of course. So I have a very random connection to the Bandits. I actually moved back to Buffalo. I was living in California and moved back to Buffalo to be with my family. My mom was a little bit of health issues. And I went to Bandits games when I was younger, always had such a blast with them. And I never really put two and two together. They had cheerleaders. That was something I could do. And then moved back. The auditions were 2 weeks later. So my friend said, hey, just so you know, don't mind my cat. He's going to make entrances here.
We got a celebrity here.
Yeah, hairless cat.
That is a hairless cat. Oh my God, that is going to be a home run when this thing comes out. That everybody's going to want to know about the hairless cat.
Yeah, right.
He does have a uniform too. We can put it in.
He does have a uniform, a Bandits uniform that we put on for game days. But moved back to Buffalo with 2 weeks before the auditions. Hello. Didn't even know.
Leave him. Don't even think about. I love him. I love that
about the team. Yeah, he's wild. But didn't know about the team. My friend said, hey, you should audition for the Bandettes. And I was like, what are the Bandettes? And he was like, this is a cheerleading team in Buffalo. It's the only cheerleading team. Like, you're a dancer. Why not audition? So for those 2 weeks straight, I hadn't danced in about a year and a half. I found a 24/7 open gym and I would train there until about like 3 a.m, working on my flexibility, turns, basically all the things we needed to have for auditions. And that was back in 2019. And I was blessed with the opportunity to be on the team. So been on ever since.
What was your dancing background? What type of dancing were you doing?
So I grew up dancing here in Buffalo at Future Dance Center. It's in Hamburg, but mostly hip hop, jazz, tap, ballet. We did a lot of partnering too. So we had about 12 guys at my studio, which is, any dancer will know this, like unheard of. So Miranda can attest. So we did a lot of partner dances. So I grew up doing a lot of like swing, just like crazy lifts. It's really, my studio was very known for their personality, and a lot of people from my studio have gone on to dance in California and on tours with artists, but it was never the pro cheerleader route. So I'm kind of the first to take, that segue, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I have a friend of mine, his name is Mike Radon. I don't know if you know that name.
It does sound familiar.
His brother was on Dancing with the Stars. I do not know his first name. Sorry, Mike. We know the whole Radon family really well, but his brother, just went through that route that you had kind of mentioned and went on to that level of, being a professional dancer. And I think a lot of times, it's number one, underrated how athletic and what kind of condition that you guys need to be in to dance. Miranda, we're going to get to your story in 1 second, but I just want to give you guys kudos for how athletic it really is, because I think people will just associate maybe cheerleading or dancing with, just something that girls like to do or whatever. And that's so maybe even chauvinistic, right? Like, it's a craft and you really need to master that craft and get to a level that you would even be considered by, a professional team. So obviously you guys hit that pinnacle, which is great. But I know it takes a lot of hard work. So Miranda, tell us your story a little bit here.
Yeah, so I've been dancing my whole life. I started at Dance Spectrum in Depew, and then a few teachers that I was taught under opened their own studio, so I went there at Elite Dance Company. And I graduated in the year of 21, and I went off to college for a few years not dancing. I hadn't done really any type of like my own personal dancing. I was still teaching like solos here and there, not like big group dances, but I wasn't dancing myself personally. And then I know a lot of the Bandettes just through like dance connections because we all like used to compete with each other like at dance comps. And one of the girls on the team, her name's Allie. I had seen her out one day and she was telling me about it. And I was like, oh, like that could be cool because I miss being a part of like a team and
Right,
having
right.
girlfriends. Didn't have a lot of girlfriends at the time. So I was like, oh, like this could be cool. I could have a lot of
Yeah.
girlfriends. And I found this out in like February and auditions were in August. So from
February, just 23, right?
yeah, February
Yeah,
20
last year, and then auditions were okay. So you had
August.
that much time to kind of whip yourself into shape as well, right?
Oh man, and I had a lot of work to do. So like I did again, like Corey said, I had to like regain all my flexibility. I had to regain like all my stamina, all my endurance, even just like strength, being able to like hold myself up on the floor.
Sure.
So I did that for like 6 months, I think, about like 6, 7 months. And then the audition process was a lot and it was a little scary, but it had like
She did amazing.
Yeah, did she?
it had
Hey,
like
that's coming from a co-captain, Miranda. That's
I
good.
know and Corey stood right next to me the entire audition. I was so nervous, but
You know what? Cori kind of has in 5 minutes or 10 minutes that we've known each other, she has a little bit of a calming demeanor.
yeah, she
You
does.
seem very cool and very humble, and I think you probably helped Miranda and ease her nerves and her anxiety a little bit. I don't know why, right? But some people have this misconception that sometimes women can be a little catty toward each other, right?
Yeah.
That's because
I love that it doesn't seem, first of all, between you guys, there's zero of that. But I mean, even with the team, right? You kind of always hear these stories about things that happen. And listen, guys are no better, right? I mean, you have guys that play on the Bandits or Sabres or Bills that are just as bad. We just don't call it catty. We just call it like dudes fighting or not getting along. But I think you always kind of have that element. And is there anything like that with this team, or since you guys have kind of known each other or heard about each other, was there any of that? Was there an initiation, right? Did you have to like did you have to shave her cat?
no. So being new on the team, the day that I got the email that I made the team, immediately it was like all the girls on the team prior, they were like texting me separately, congratulating me. There was
Oh,
probably
that's so
like
cool.
7 group chats created in the span of like 5 minutes where I was at school, so
Yeah,
this was all happening all at once.
yeah.
No, they are so awesome, this entire team. We are constantly doing like team bonding opportunities. We all hang out together. We all text in our group chat nonstop.
See, and
All
I love that, the positive reinforcement and the positive encouragement. And I think maybe as time goes by a little bit, that's more the norm, right? Um, I don't think there's as much of that, that fighting or that cattiness or whatever. Just from my experience with chatting with people or whatever. But I love the fact that you guys are that way and encouraging and girl power, right?
100%.
So tell us a little bit now on game days, right? We got your backgrounds. We know what you guys do. You guys are amazing dancers, right? You're there to pump up the fans and get everybody going. What's a typical game day? What's involved?
You want me to take this one over?
Yeah, go ahead.
emails.
Okay. So to be fair,
Miranda doesn't know yet. She's like, I don't know what.
I've done 2.
Miranda's-
I've done 2.
she's done 2, but she's both done like crazy days. So I'll break
Yeah.
down a normal game day, not
Yeah,
one
please
that
do.
has, our juniors or any other fun, exciting events that we do.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, we do practice more than the Bandits do. So that's
Oh.
owed to our athleticism there. But for game days, we usually get there to the turf at KeyBank Center. So
I
everyone
interviewed
should
I
know.
interviewed Ian, so I'm gonna make sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can rest apart. We practice 2 to 3 times a week. They usually practice once. So,
Okay. Really? They only practice once a week?
Yep.
And it's interesting with them, and Ian and I actually had a pretty extensive conversation about where lacrosse is at. And obviously he feels very pro, they're not getting enough credit or enough pay. And I
Of course.
totally agree with that sentiment. Like,
Yeah.
Sorry to get off topic here, but you're selling out arenas or close to it the same way the Sabres are, right? I mean, these lacrosse players are not getting anywhere near what a Sabre would get. And yes, the schedule is less, there's less games, but I look at it all as what are you bringing in? right? These Bandits are bringing in, like I said, almost a full house. This year, Sabres have been at like half capacity. You know, you can buy a $15 ticket, say where you want, but it's all about what you're bringing in. It's concessions, and you know, and not to slander anybody, but like Pagula should know that, right? He owns the team. He should kind of know that, and that's just my take on it. But sorry, go ahead. What's a typical thing?
No, to play off that, a lot of it has to do with the Bandits are like that, but the whole league is not like that.
Yeah,
a lot of the other teams have smaller, and there's rules certain. I think they're switching in about 2 years, like the NLL switching like player caps for teams and stuff. So that'll hopefully, you know, all the work that the men put in is amazing. They put their bodies on the line every game. So I'm hoping, you know, that they will get the compensation they definitely deserve.
And it is a lot of endorsement money too, right? Like a lot.
It is 100%. There's so much, you know, that goes into it outside of just the, you know, black and white with it. But typical game day, we usually get there around 4 o'clock, which games usually start at 7 or 7:30. We get there the earliest. So the players usually practice really early in the morning that day, do like a little shoot around. But we get there, we right immediately go to the field. We practice all of our dances on the field, spacing them out, because it's one thing to practice in a dance studio with mirrors. We actually practice at Catalyst Fitness. They sponsor us, they're amazing. But doing it on a field in a 360 audience, in a 360 audience is way different because everyone is watching you from every single angle. So you have to make sure your formations are correct. So we'll do that for about an hour. To be honest, our team's been really good, so I don't think we've ever needed an hour. At least Miranda's been on the team; she's been killing it. So
that's good. That's good.
So after that, I got you. But after that, we usually have a couple. Well, we get sweaty during that. Like, we have her come with our hair and makeup done, and we have to redo all of it. So we have usually about 30 minutes to get it all done. Then we go and greet fans. We haven't done too much of this because we've just been busy with other things, but we're actually debuting our poster this game. So we're going to have our poster for this year, 2023-2024 season that we signed for everyone. And Miranda, you haven't seen it yet, but there will be a long line. Your hand's going to get tired. We'll have to go back downstairs and everyone's going to be like, no, please. But
oh my gosh. Now this is before the game starts. This is when you guys
before the game. Yeah. As people are coming in, doors
open. In, I guess that you call it the lobby of the arena. Like when you're going in there, is that when it is?
Yeah. It's in the little like blue zone. We usually have some tables set up there.
Yeah.
It's like right in the middle of the 2 escalators coming up.
Yeah.
But then with that, we always dance 4 times each game. So each game we do 4 dances. We do a pregame dance. So before the game starts, we do a dance between the first and second quarter, a dance at halftime, and then a dance between the third and fourth quarter. So it's go, go, go. We have 2 lines. So Miranda is in my line this year, basically me and then the other captain, Lizzie. We split up the team, and there's the tunnel where the Zamboni comes out.
Yep.
We dance in that for a quarter.
Okay.
So we do 2 quarters on, 2 quarters off. One of the quarters we either visit fans if we have like an appearance, maybe for someone who requests an appearance by the Bandettes, or go to visit our family. And then usually 1 quarter we like decompress, eat, get a sip of water, you know.
Yeah, you deserve that. Yeah.
Yes. And then usually we all come back out to celebrate a Bandits win at the end. So
I mean, that was perfect. I'll tell you what, that was very well done as far as breaking down you know, what the day. That was great. I'm impressed with that. So there is a lot of fan interaction, which I think is great, right? And it's cool. You guys sign the autographs and everything like that. And the kids, right? And that's what I think is really cool, that there's a lot of little girls that look at you guys, you know, and they aspire to be Bandettes. You know, they really do. And they really like your role models, right? For them. I mean, for all the boys and girls play lacrosse. So I don't mean it like that, but you know, for all the dancers, right? For everyone who's not on the lacrosse field, maybe one of the little girls is dancing, just like you guys did at Future Dance or wherever it was. And they're like, oh my God, I want to be just like Miranda, or I want to be just like Cori. And that's got to be a great feeling, right? And, you know, what would you say to these girls? Like, what would be your words of wisdom and your advice if they're listening, or even at the games? Like, what do you say to them?
We just finished our juniors game. So I think Miranda, if you want to take the rope on this one, because you just did the whole dance with them, and it's a great
Miranda.
It was so cool. And it was so, I don't know, as the words like humbling. It was a very grateful experience. They're just so excited to be around you like 24/7. I told the one girl, I remember she told me that she wanted to be a bandette eventually, and I remember just telling her, I'm like, you got to keep going, you got to keep going, and you just got to do what you love, and if you don't love it, then you got to find something else that you love. But she truly did love being around this entire atmosphere, so I was just like, you got to come back, you got to come back and see me, like I'm gonna come get you, like, and there you go. Like,
Now, how old are
like,
these? How old was this little girl? Like, how old are these girls?
oh man, she had to be like 7. She
Yeah,
was in the
super
itty little
cute.
bitty group.
Mhm.
Our juniors are from 6 to 7.
6 to 17. Mhm.
That's super cute. Yeah. So they're
So
probably like trying to do all the moves with you and stuff, right?
Oh
yeah,
yeah. So go ahead.
no, we do a routine with them.
Okay.
This year it was taught by Juliana and Lizzie, and we split them up into 2 groups. So there's like a less advanced group and then a more advanced group.
Mhm.
And the 2 dances vary, but it's the same song, and we like break them up like into front and back. And we do the pregame performance with them. So like all their
Okay.
parents gets, and then we'll dance with them during pregame, and then they'll do tunnel with us as well.
I can picture like a bunch of like 7 and 8-year-old girls doing like the, the poses and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Getting into
We
it.
do 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
hmm
Wow. Yeah, that's so as far as the routines go, right? And the dances, you obviously can't do, you have a game and then you have whatever 2 weeks, whatever it is till the next game. You can't do the same routine, right?
hmm
You got to switch
Yeah.
everything
So
up. You got to
we do.
choreograph it, right?
Yes. So our coach Lauren, she usually teaches anywhere from like 4 to 6 or 7. It just depends. Um, but we also give the opportunity to teammates, past alumni. So, for example, on our team this year, I believe I'm choreographing a dance debuting this game. So, last dance of
Nice.
this game. So,
Hey,
keep your eye out
I'm
for
going.
it.
So I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to a Bandits game. I'm going this week.
You've never been. Okay.
I've never
So
been to a Bandits game. Yep.
awesome. So I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So it's between the 3rd and 4th quarter. I'm not going to say the song name, but you'll know it. It's a very classic song for stadiums.
Okay.
But with that, we usually alternate dances. We do dances typically 3 or 4 times. Now, the way this season worked out, we had a lot of games close to each other and then a big break, and then a lot of games close to each other and a big break. So after this game, we're pretty much going to start stockpiling learning dances super quick. But previous people on our team who've choreographed is Ashley. Zoe made up our stinger dance, which is like our small dances combined to one big dance. So we do a lot. We've had previous alumni do it. This year is actually, this game you're going to is our 20th anniversary for our Bandettes.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's going to see a lot of alumni on the field, which will be really, really cool. But yeah, we switch up the games and there's some staple dances. So I don't know if you've done any research or anything that you've seen, but there's one where we spell bandits with our pom-poms.
I honestly have not. And one of the things about
Oh,
Moneyball is I like the authenticity. So like I very rarely, I don't care who it is. I mean, I've had Johnny Damon on the show, right? Whoever it is, I don't really do a ton of research because I like to make it like a conversation, like we're getting to know each other. You know what I mean? And sometimes, the shows are always like, so back in, 1999 when you did this, right? And anybody can look that stuff up, right? So,
Exactly.
but no, I haven't. So this, like I said, this is going to be fresh to me. I'm excited actually to
Okay.
see the routines. I'm excited
Well,
to
you
see
won't
Miranda
see.
out there.
Yeah, you'll see Miranda out there. Some other staple dances we do spelling. So that's like our big one. We tend to do it towards the end of the season. People always expect it the first game. It's not coming that early, I promise you. But we spell bandits with our pom-poms. Crowd goes crazy. I cannot wait for Miranda to experience that because they like get on their feet, they're screaming. We do a dance with the mascot Rax.
All right.
Do multiple dances with him depending on how far we go into the playoff stretch. We do a kick line dance, so we do full kicks into a big jump split at the end, which is like a big, exclamation point to end the dance. We should do some hip hop, some jazz dances. So they're all in there, but
There might, I might end up recommending a couple songs maybe to mix in there.
yeah, I mean, hey,
I might
we always take
we'll
recommendations.
see how it goes, right? So this is a big challenge, and then I might say, you know what, I recommend a little crisscross jump or something might be in there. Or, how funny would it be? How funny would it be if I said that and that was the song for tomorrow?
It's not for tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure that might be coming up. Jump, right? Is that the
It's a
am I
classic.
crazy?
I mean, the kids, they wear their clothes backwards instead of inside out. 'Cause
Wasn't that
inside out is wiggity wiggity
That,
wiggity.
that was at auditions.
that was at
Was it?
auditions, which is a good chance that it might be brought back for a game. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So listen, the dances, 7th, 8th grade, I had the moves, man. It would be the pit, you know, the circle when you got into it. And
Yeah, you do your
the
little.
running man. Oh yeah, and whatever the other one with the leg kick out was like the hammer dance.
Oh, okay.
But I was
MC
there doing
Hammer?
my thing. I had like the pants from JW and the hammer pants and everything, and
The big,
they're like this.
the baggy ones.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had the whole ensemble.
That's awesome. Oh my god.
So real quick, because we're running out of time, and this has been super. This has been fun. This has been really fun. I guess Miranda, you're so new to it, but do you have any crazy story yet in the couple of months you've been doing it?
Crazy story?
Yeah, you know, anything that sticks out, like anybody did anything wild or anything that you'd like to share that's happened?
The last game that we had on the 29th, I just remember they move so fast, right? So like
Yeah.
the game starts and then all of a sudden it goes from like 4 p.m. and then it's like 10.
Yeah.
And I just remember last game it felt like we were like running a marathon. Like it was like full sprints where we had to go and then we had to change in like 20 seconds and then we had a full sprint back out. And then we had to like run up 3 flights of stairs and then run back down.
All the while trying to make sure you're not sweating your makeup off and stuff, right?
Right.
I mean,
But,
not easy.
I don't know, the juniors game was just so much fun. But even the first game, that was home opener, and that's when they raised the banner. That was just like I stepped onto the field for the first time, like ever with fans. And I just remember like doing a 360 and being like, oh my gosh.
How did you feel about the fire? Maybe tell them about the fire.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So so during tunnel, when all the players run out, we usually stand in 2 lines, one on each side. And we normally do like a ripple. Like we all do a pose while they run out.
Okay, yeah.
And for home opener, they had like these flames that were in between us and we were standing behind them.
Yeah.
They told us they were going to be hot. We just didn't know like how hot they were going to be. So we're standing
They
there.
said the 15 feet. They said we're supposed to be ideally 15 feet away from the flames, but we're trained professionals. So
Okay, yeah, okay.
that was
like 5 feet away from these flames. And we were like, we'll be fine. So the first player runs out and these flames comes up and I thought my hair was about to like catch on fire. So me, Alicia, she was standing next to me. We like took a huge step back. Like everyone was just it was scary. It was a little
That would not be a good start, Miranda, if in your first
No.
game ever you went Michael Jackson on it and your hair lit on fire. That would not be a great start. But it'd be great conversation, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
it'd be the ultimate memory.
It would be.
You'd
And
make the Wall of Fame.
let's hope, right? But no, I soon learned after that there are cameras in every corner, every side, every little crevice you can think of in that arena because they will catch you doing whatever.
Yeah, that's good to know for a lot of different reasons, right?
Right. So we're always game face on. We're always ready.
And Cori, how about real quick here? What do you got for any like 30-second story that you can share?
I mean, I guess quickest one I can think of is I was in the middle of doing my dance last year and my pants ripped open. No one knew.
It's a solid
Thankfully,
story.
hit it well. I had tights on underneath, but that was pretty crazy because I was literally doing like a flip over myself, and as I was doing the flip, my pants ripped, and I was like, "This is great." That's why we always have
malfunction. Yeah.
Yeah, not fun.
You're lucky you had those tights underneath. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Yes. That's not the part I want to be.
That's great. Listen, this was awesome. I hope you guys had fun with it. We might even do a part 2 at some point, right? Maybe we'll see how the season goes. And I know I'm getting Dane on in a few months. He's busy doing his podcast, but this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for taking the time with me. And
Thank you so much for
good
having
luck
us.
moving forward. Yeah, no, you're very welcome. It was great.
Yeah. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies, take care. Thank you.